There's a big update in the Sheena murder case. India today has managed to find Indrani Mukherjee's ex-husband Siddharth Das, even though he now claims that they were never formally or legally married. The one elusive character in the entire saga who has been untraceable till now. India today's Manogya Loiwal traced Siddharth Das to his house in Kolkata even before the police who are in search of him. Now, after being asked about the Sheena murder case, Siddharth says that he has nothing much to add to it. He only confirmed that Sheena Bora was indeed his daughter.
We have with us Siddharth Das, who's the first husband of Sheena Bora murder case and who's the first husband of Indrani Mukherjee. So give us an idea, was Indrani always running after money? Was she always running after money?
Not exactly. But she had a tendency.
You have spoken to Sheena. What were the detailed topics, if you could share with us?
How are you? Where are you? How are you? That's what I think.
You had a soft corner for Sheena. Did you know that Sheena was no more? How disturbing was it for you? How disturbing was it for you? How disturbing was it for you?
What?
How disturbing was it for you to know that Sheena was no more?
Yeah, it was disturbing.
And also give us an idea that Sheena has been in touch with you. Do you feel what has happened? What do you want in this case now? What is your? Are you seeking justice?
I want justice.
Are you seeking justice in this case? What justice do you want? And do you feel that Sheena? What do you want? That was Mr. Siddharth Das, who's finally confessed that yes, he is the father of Sheena, and of course has been very disturbed about it. With camera person Tapas Berry, this is Manogya Loiwal in Kolkata for India Today.
Manogya Loiwal there has managed to speak with Siddharth Das, the father of Sheena Bora, who was clearly reluctant to speak with the media, hiding his face, not willing to reveal his identity, but clearly there admitting that he is indeed the father of Sheena Bora. He also goes ahead and says that the last time he spoke with Sheena was when she was in the 10th standard. There has been no communication, he claims, between them ever since. He also claims that he did not want to come out and reveal his identity, that he was the father of Sheena Bora because his current wife is unaware, or rather was unaware, of his relationship with Indrani in the past. Let's listen in now to Siddharth Das's wife, Babli Das, reacting to these media reports and also about her husband's relationship with Indrani Mukherjee.
কারণ উনি নিজেও প্রথমে বুঝতে পারেননি যে এই ঘটনাটা ওনার ঘটনা, কারণ আজ থেকে 25 বছর আগের ঘটনা এগুলো।
না ওই নাম ঠাম
সেটা হয়তো বুঝেছিলেন, কারণ সেটা তো আমাকে বুঝতে দেননি, হয়তো জানি না। আমি টিভি থেকে জানলাম, ওই যে বললাম তো আমার শাশুড়ি যখন জানলো যে তখন বুঝলাম এটা আমার ঘরের ঘটনা। আর এর আগে কিছুই জানতাম না, এবং মানে কিছু জানতাম না মানে কি আমি কিছুই জানি না এই ব্যাপারে।
Manogya Loiwal, who spoke with Siddharth Das, is now joining us with more details. Manogya, he was very reluctant to speak on camera. Did he reveal more information off camera?
Well, he just said that he wanted to keep it personal and, of course, away from the public glare, and that's the reason why he did not to disclose much of it and also get an idea on what has been happening. Just wanted to stay away from what has been happening, and that's the reason. This is the reason why he just chose to stay silent over all this.
Also, Manogya, what are the details about his last conversation with Sheena? Was there any clarity about what Sheena perhaps revealed to him about her present life at that time?
Well, Sheena did speak to him when she was in class 10th, around 16-year-old, and she had called him to know about his whereabouts and also get an idea on how has he been, to try to understand how he was keeping, and also to revisit her biological father at least once, and to know how he has seen what is his present status, whether they could meet sometime or not, which never happened, because they thought that it would better to stay away. It was better to stay away in some way or the other, and because they had parted ways long ago, and that was for the benefit of both the families.
Also, Siddharth Das claims, Manogya, that the fact that he did not want to volunteer information about Sheena Bora is because his present wife did not know about his relationship with Indrani. Now, what has he told you all about his relationship with Indrani Mukherjee? Does he continue to claim that he was never really married to her?
Well, he does continue to claim, despite the fact that we have his certificate, we have all the details with us that they have divorced and they were on record, husband and wife. He now says that he was not married, maybe because he wanted to hide something in his present life from his past life and keep the two away and different from each other, and also give everyone a feeling that the two children who were there were of course not his.
All right, Manogya, do stay on with us. In fact, after being traced down in Kolkata, Indrani's ex-husband, or as he claims he was just in a relationship with her, Siddharth Das, has made some stunning claims. He claims that he was never really married to Indrani, but that they were only staying together. This despite the fact that India Today has accessed, and as Manogya was pointing out, an affidavit that was filed early in the 1990s by Indrani and Siddharth Das, in which Indrani claimed that they were not in a relationship anymore. In fact, they were not married since 1989, that they were breaking up, and that the affidavit also claims that the guardianship of Sheena and her brother Mikhail were being granted to Indrani's parents, that is Sheena and Mikhail's grandparents. Indrajit Kundu is also now joining us with more details. Indra, is Siddharth Das's family, whom you had contacted much before Siddharth Das surfaced, say anything about whether Indrani was Siddharth Das's wife, or were they just living in, as is being claimed now by Siddharth Das?
Well, Maha, they have been maintaining, the family here has been maintaining constantly that as of their knowledge, Indrani and Siddharth were both married. They were husband and wife. That is what they have been given to understand for so long. So even they are, watching Siddharth's statements to the media on television, and where I did ask them, about any knowledge that they had about whether Siddharth and Indrani were just living in, and had they not solemnized their marriage. They're saying that, look, we have no way of confirming that. We are also taking his words for face value, and this is what we have been given to understand for this long, because he had voluntarily, estranged himself from the family. He had not kept in touch. So it was, in a sense, a reunion of sorts for the family. His brother here, Shantanu, watching Siddharth, say about decades later, initially he was not even able to recognize his brother. We were showing him a photograph or two, and he was looking at the television channel, because Siddharth at this point in time was wearing a helmet. He did not want to reveal his, his image at this point. But the images that we could share with the family here, and they were trying to figure out whether he has become thinner or not. So it was an emotional moment from the family as well. And the only thing that they could tell us was that they could only take Siddharth's word for face value and believe him what he's saying at this point.
Indra, what is the family saying, particularly the mother, and what is the brother saying about when was it that Siddharth introduced Indrani to them, and at that point did he bring along Sheena? How old was Sheena at that point? Because one publication says that Sheena was a 9-month-old infant when Siddharth had introduced Indrani and Sheena to the family.
Well, that's right. His brother could not remember the exact date. What he gave us was between 88 and 89, 90. This was the period when Sheena visited this house in Karimganj along with both her parents, that is Siddharth and Indrani. Now his mom told us it was a very brief interaction that they have. His brother tells us that he found at that point in time Indrani pretty cordial, but she was very smart, she was very suave, she had a finesse, unlike many other women of her generation. So she was quite ambitious. That's what the family felt at that time. And the family tells me that Sheena was perhaps a few months old, but they couldn't clarify how many months old she was at that time. But definitely she was an infant. She was just a few months old when she visited her maternal, paternal parents' house here in Karimganj.
Also, did the family have to say anything about Mikhail Bora? Were they informed when Mikhail was born? And is Mikhail Sheena's brother? Is he Siddharth Das's son?
Well, Shantanu has gone on record saying that Mikhail and Sheena are both his brother Siddharth's children. But the family cannot remember. The family tells me that they have not seen Mikhail in Karimganj at least. Whenever I asked him, they said that it was only Sheena who was brought here when she was a few months old infant. So they really do not have much knowledge about Mikhail. But I have interviewed Mikhail 4 times, and 4 times I have asked him who was his father. He always bypassed that question. He never answered that question. He kept saying that he would only reveal it in front of the police, and I did ask him why is it that he was not revealing his father's identity, his father's name. He said that he is not comfortable answering that question right now. So here is Siddharth coming out today and making public that he is in fact the father of Mikhail and Sheena. His family here has been constantly claiming that as far as their knowledge goes, both Mikhail and Sheena were Siddharth's children, but Mikhail himself has gone on record not stating much about his father. We do not really know whether he has opened up before the police, but as far as the media is concerned, he has never stated who his father is.
Indro, you know, it sounds very strange to a layperson that a person would suddenly cut off all contact with his family if he's never had a fight with them, so to speak. He did not contact his family for 10 long years. Did they never make an attempt to get in touch with him?
Well, the family claims they have never, tried to get in touch with Siddharth. They have put the onus on Siddharth, saying that it was Siddharth who, did not try establishing any contact. It was he who, went away when he got in a relationship with Indrani. The family, they claim, was settled in Shillong, and Siddharth and Indrani were in a live-in relationship as claimed by Siddharth now, or perhaps in a marriage, we do not know, in Guwahati. It was in Guwahati that Indrani's family financially assisted Siddharth to start a small food joint. That's what we are given to understand at this point.
Okay.
Now, there is a lot of difference as far as social differences are concerned between the two families. Indrani comes from an affluent family from a posh locality in Guwahati. Siddharth comes from a middle-class family, and as far as his financial condition was concerned, you can judge it because it was Indrani's family who assisted financially Siddharth to run a fast food joint in Guwahati. So that could have been a trigger between their, separation, whether official or not. But what is the reason for separation between Siddharth and his family? That's not very clear. The family has put the onus on Siddharth.
Also, Indra, if you can put it into perspective for us, but the family says that they never tried to contact him. Why is it that they didn't want to contact him when there was no apparent, differences between Siddharth Das's immediate family and Siddharth Das? Were they never keen on knowing where he is? In fact, they were in the same city and they never stayed in touch.
Well, no. The family claims that Siddharth had moved to Calcutta for work. And that was the last time that they heard from Siddharth.
Okay.
That's what they claim.
Okay.
So the family is based in Karimganj, Assam. Siddharth had moved on to Calcutta. Siddharth had married another woman, and Siddharth has another son. So Siddharth, it seems like on the face of it, has a content life in Calcutta where he does not want to be in touch with his family. Neither is he concerned about his 72-year-old ailing mother or his brother here. So the family here says that since Siddharth is not, concerned about us anymore, and they are quite, they have a grievance against Siddharth, that why is it that in spite of knowing, at least now, in spite of knowing that his mother is shocked at the news of Sheena's death, that she's not doing well, and they're being hounded by the media, why is it that Siddharth did not first call up the family, second, come out in the media for the past 7 days, so that the media glare is on Siddharth and not on this family, because they are in a lot of distress.
All right. So the family claims that since Siddharth had moved out to Kolkata, they lost all contact with him, and that Siddharth made no attempt to stay in touch with his immediate family, despite the fact that there was no falling out between them. He started his new family with his present wife, and that he just decided to have no sort of communication with his present family. In fact, let's turn our attention now to the probe that's going on in Mumbai. Cops have reportedly seized the computer used to write Sheena's resignation. The Khar police have recovered the 2 hard disks of the computer that were used to make that fake resignation letter on behalf of Sheena Bora, a letter which was asking for a termination of her agreement with the company that she was working with. According to a source, Indrani sent a sample of Sheena's signature to one of her employees, who sent back copies of a forged signature 3 or 4 times before Indrani was actually satisfied. Indrani then had hard copies of the letters sent to Sheena's employer as well as to the landlord. Amrita Shedge is now joining us with more details from outside the Khar police station. Amrita, how helpful would this be for the police? The fact that they have been able to seize the hard drive that had copies of the resignation letter as well as the letter that was ultimately sent to the landlord.
So that hard disk is an important source to get the details for police, and cause of that has been considered as very important source. As of now, in Khar police station, the interrogation has already started, where Sanjeev Khanna was brought from the Bandra police station to Khar police station almost an hour back, where the Sham Rai, the driver, is already present in Khar police station, and cause of that, the joint interrogation between the driver and Sanjeev Khanna has already started. We are also expecting that Indrani will also be taken to Khar police station. She is now at Santa Cruz police station, and after that the interrogation between 3 of them will definitely start. What we are getting from our sources that Commissioner of Police Rakesh Mare is also expected to come here to take part in the interrogation. And as you spoke about the computer that was recovered from Indrani, that has all the details of the resignation letter that was typed by Indrani and sent to the MMOPL. Also the signature that had Indrani asked her another employee to send that signature, and he sent that signature almost 3 or 4 times. After that, that signature was copied on the resignation letter, and that was sent to the MMOPL. So definitely that is an important source, and now the interrogation is going on in Khar police station, in which Indrani Mukherjee will be taken to the Khar police station from Santa Cruz police station. Back to you.
All right, and Amrita, if you can take us through what is happening presently at Khar. Has the interrogation started? When is the police planning to take all the 3 back to Raigarh to recreate the scene of crime? Because that is one important aspect that they have not been able to satisfactorily do till now.
See, as I said, the interrogation of the driver Sham Rai and Sanjeev Khanna has already started, because almost an hour back Sanjeev Khanna was brought to the Khar police station. So that interrogation has already started, and we talk about the recreation of crime scene, then that we have to wait and watch what time the Mumbai police decides for that. Because till yesterday we were getting information that Mumbai police wants to take 3 of them to the crime location, but somewhere the crowd of media is there outside every police station, Santa Cruz, Bandra and Khar, and they want to they do not want media to take part in that crime relocation, and because of that somewhere we are getting that in today's or tomorrow's time they'll take 3 of them to the Raigarh to recreate the entire crime scene.
Right, Amrita, many thanks for getting us those details. And now the latest in the Sheena Bora murder case, with Indrani Mukherjee and 2 others in custody till the 5th of September. The Mumbai police has 5 more days to gather clinching evidence against the accused. Sanjeev Khanna and Indrani's driver Sham Rai have been taken to Khar police station, as Amrita was just pointing out, and the police team is now going to question them jointly and individually to unravel the motive behind the murder, the involvement of others as the police suspect, and a possible money angle in the entire affair. Mustafa Sheikh is now joining us with more details. Mustafa, till now, the most important aspect, and that will really make the police's case watertight, is the fact that they have not been able to arrive at a motive for the crime. How are they likely to go ahead probing that bit?
So if one would is looking at this case very closely, you can observe that since last 2 to 3 days, Indrani is not being brought to Khar police station as much as she used to be earlier.
Yes.
She has been kept at Santa Cruz women's cell, and only Shamra, the driver Shamra and Sanjeev Khanna are being interrogated. This is because it's come to light that Indrani is not really cooperating with even the Mumbai Police Commissioner Rakesh Maria in the investigations. So she's not revealing much. She's only saying that she'll only reply after concerning her lawyers. So the police is not able to get much out of her. So that's why day before yesterday, when the two people were taken to Raigad to recreate the scene of crime, Indrani was still in Mumbai. So it comes to light that basically whatever information or evidence police is trying to get is only on the basis of Sanjeev Khanna and Shamrai, because both somewhere have confessed to the complicity in the crime. Now the police's aim is to get more evidence and then go in front of Indrani so that she cannot deny it. One aspect of this is that all the evidences, like you had said earlier, that the hard disk has been seized.
Yes.
Rahul Mukherjee had told earlier in his statement that he got a message from Sheena's phone after her death. A resignation was also sent. So if police is able to technically confirm this evidences that someone was operating Sheena's mobile phones and email IDs and taking calls on her phone, so it proves that Sheena, though Indrani claims that she is in US, she very much knew that she is not in US and she was the one who was operating her phone. That can be traced after the call records detail of Sheena's phone are once in. So basically now the aim of the Mumbai police is get as much as details possible from Shamrai and Sanjeev Khanna and then approach Indrani so that she cannot escape or say anything that she cannot be aware of.
Mustafa, talking about Shamrai, the driver of Indrani, there were reports yesterday that he might turn approver. Any update on that?
See, this has been one thing that will only be clear at the trial stage when the charge sheet is submitted. It's very much expected because Indrani is not cooperating in the investigation, and Shamrai, the police has claimed, is the one person from giving the tip-off to leading the police to the spot and then naming people and then giving some hint of what could have been the motive. So he's the only person who has been most cooperative. So that can be one reason that he can be made a government witness. He can be an approver in the case. But as of now, there is not much clarity on it. It will be only clear once the charge sheet is filed and in the trial stage.
All right, Mustafa Meg, thanks for joining us with those details. Now, the Mumbai police may conduct a narco analysis test on Indrani Mukherjee and her ex-husband Sanjeev Khanna to corroborate information in the Sheena murder case. But the investigation team will require the court's permission to subject the accused to the narco test. So far, the police have not filed any application in this regard. According to the police sources, Indrani had initially admitted to her crime and later she retracted her statement. When the police confronted Indrani and her ex-husband, both blamed each other for the murder. And so, in view of the changing statements of both the accused, the police is now mulling conducting a narco test on them. But remember, for the narco test, a permission from the court is required, and so far the police has not approached the court for a narco test. The police still has 5 more days to interrogate Indrani Mukherjee, Sanjeev Khanna, as well as the driver Shamrai. What you can see on your television screens is now the family tree that we've drawn for you. Indrani and Siddharth Das, the parents of Sheena Bora. Siddharth Das, remember, has admitted that he is the father of Sheena Bora. In fact, he says that Mikhail Bora and Sheena Bora are both his children. However, he continues to say that he was never formally married to Indrani Mukherjee.